Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfort Eagles, Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice.
By Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk.
By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
How you so cool, how you so fly, how you so fresh, you ain't even gotta try. Y'all pump faking, I ain't even gotta lie. Hit 'em with the hits, game winner switch in.
Tonight's coverage of high school basketball on the ISC Sports Network is brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice, our proud sponsor of our pregame show tonight. And tonight we come to you live from the world-famous Case Arena on the campus of Frankfort High School, where tonight the Frankfort Hot Dogs welcome in the West Lafayette Red Devils. Good evening, everybody. My name is Rick Johnston, joined alongside by Brady Laurie. And Brady, these are two teams both going in opposite directions right now. Let's start with the visitors from West Lafayette. They come in 11-3. They've won 5 in a row. They are really clicking here towards the back end of January.
They really are red hot. To be honest, they've really only lost to 2 teams. They lost to McCutcheon twice, once back in November, then once the first week of December. That second loss was only by a point. Since then, they lost a heartbreaker to Harrison by 1 point. Otherwise, they have run the table. It's a really good quality basketball team.
They're coming off of a thrilling win over Rossville, winning at the Horn last Saturday. On the other side for Frankfort, they come in just 1-13 on the year, but they have a couple of their big guns starting to find their rhythm here.
Yeah, they've got a couple really good shooters. They've got some quality post players. They've been bugged by the injury bug, or been hindered by the injury bug and some illness. So they'll have to battle through some of this. And if they play their cards right tonight and have a game plan for what West Lafayette has to offer, they can stay in this thing and hopefully make a great game out of it, come out with a win for these poor guys.
Let's take a look at our keys to victory, brought to you by the fine folks at the ISC Sports Network.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I'm working on my headphones here. Three-point shooting is going to be really important here, and that's on both ends. And effectively, Frankfort has to shoot the ball well from 3, and they have to limit the opportunities for West Lafayette. West Lafayette has 4 guys shooting above 30, 1 even shooting 60% from out there, and those are high-volume numbers. So Frankfort really has to keep an eye on that three-point line defensively, and they've got to shoot it well. With the big guy in the middle, there's going to be a lot more perimeter shots for Frankfort. That's something they've got to exploit today if they can. Ball control is another thing. I think you saw the Hamilton Heights game. They had a real tough time handling the basketball, and they just cannot afford, as efficient as West Lafayette is offensively, they cannot afford to turn the ball over and create opportunities for West Lafayette. The last thing is pace of play. I think Frankfort, hopefully for them, can slow this thing down a little bit. They like to play these games in the 40s, maybe 50s, where West Lafayette is proficient at getting out and scoring over 70, 80 points a night. The pace of play is going to be a real factor to this game.
Those are our keys to victory, brought to you by the ISC Sports Network. About a minute to tip. Very quickly we go to the players to watch.
So tonight you'll see Kivo St. Hilaire. He is a solid 6'10", maybe 6'11", big kid, great shot blocker. He's growing into himself. He gets better every year. And then we've got Charlie Beardsley, one of my favorite guys to watch. They call him Chuck. He will probably come off the bench, 6-man, spark plug, does a lot of good things out there. So these are the two keys to this, or key guys to watch tonight.
Just like the players to watch tonight specialize in their craft, so do the professionals at Tornado Roofing. For more info, visit tornadoroof.com. As we mentioned, West Lafayette, they're one of the top teams when it comes to putting the ball in the basket. They're top 45 in the state of Indiana and top 15 in Class 3A. We come back, it's the Red Devils and the Hot Dogs here on the Hot Dog Sports Network and ISC.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
For the barn wedding of your dreams, you need to experience our country estate, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Schedule your tour today at thewillowcreekbarn.com. Voted the Knot Best of Weddings for 3 years straight.
Welcome back to Case Arena. Tonight's officials are sponsored by Day and Genda Funeral Home. They are Christopher Tolliver, James Sarver, and John Benjamin. As we jump to the starting lineups, they're presented tonight by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. First up for the visiting West Lafayette Red Devils under the direction of fourth-year head coach Jacob Van Arsdale. Drew Whitlock, Benny Speaker make up the backcourt. Henry Musalis in the front court. Ben Worth, one of the other sharpshooters. He wears number 10 in black. And Kivo St. Hilaire, the big man in the middle for the Red Devils. And Brady, as we mentioned, St. Hilaire obviously gets a lot of attention, being 6'10", the tallest player in the arena tonight. That will do that to you, but he is surrounded by 3 dead-eye shooters.
Yes, there are 3 of them are 5'10" shooters, and Jace Voigt, who will come off the bench, another really quality shooter. They've surrounded this big guy with guys that can knock it down from anywhere, so it's a really good team dynamic that they have.
On the other side for the home team, the Frankfort Hot Dogs, led by first-year head coach Jake Nerney. You have R.J. Corman in the backcourt, Luke Beardsley up front, Jake Michael and Lucas Wagner. They have been playing some of their best basketball in the last 2 times out. And Isaac Adams, that we mentioned off the top, Brady, there's been a ton of sickness and some injury going through the Frankfort Hot Dog lineup, and Isaac Adams is one of the main men in that, but he went and talked to Coach Jake Nerney today. He is cleared to go. He's going to give it a go after being sick for the better part of the week, and they're going to need him tonight. He's one of the few front court players they have to try to combat against St. Hilaire.
Yes, with his 6'4" frame, 220 pounds, he's just the guy they kind of need to put behind Kivo and kind of try to push him off the block a little bit, maybe play behind him. Without Jackson Woods, who may not be as tall, but he's such a strong physical player, with him out, they don't have that component against Kivo. Isaac's just going to have to step up tonight, and I'm sure he will.
He's coming off, had no points in the loss to Rossville, but Michael had a season-high 25 points, and Lucas Wagner had 19. Both of those guys shooting over 43% from the floor in their last 2 games. Michael shooting 38% from 3, and Wagner at 42% from downtown. 3-point shooting, like you mentioned off the top, that is a big key both offensively and defense tonight for the Dogs.
It really is, and that being the number 1 key, the reason was we've got 4 quality 3-point shooters for West Lafayette, 2 guys that are really shooting it in at a high clip for Frankfort. I really do feel like that's going to be what this game comes down to.
It'll be St. Hilaire and Adams to jump, Frankfort in the home whites, and West Lafayette in the road grays. Last time these teams met was on this floor in the sectional semifinal a year ago. West Lafayette was victorious, so they try to pick up their 6th or their 4th win in a row. Red Devils win the opening tip. Speaker goes right to St. Hilaire, and that's easy work for the big man.
And a great pass. Speaker, I just love his game. He's a quarterback on the football team, and you would know it by watching him play. He's a hard-nosed leader out there, does a lot of things right, and is a good passer, great shooter. You just mentioned the game last year in the sectional semifinal. He lit it up in the first half, and to be honest, the Red Devils hardly looked back. There was a little bit of a run at the end of that game, but they basically ran it from wire to wire because of Benny Speaker.
Adams on the miss, but Kornman able to tickle the twine from deep, and Frankfort on top 3-2 early.
Good to see him knock that down, especially early. He's a pretty emotional player, and I like to see him get going like that. That will bode well for Frankfort if he can keep knocking those down.
Long two for Speaker as he crept his way around the screen, and that puts the Red Devils back in front.
Yeah, he's real proficient around there, that three-point line.
Michael attacks over St. Hilaire, just can't get the bounce. Here comes West Lafayette the other way with Whitlock pitching back to the trailing Worth. Skips over St. Hilaire's head. He finds the open man, and this time it's a 3 for Benny Speaker.
Coach Van Arsdale's got to love that ball movement. That's a great look. When you drive down to that block, your best look is to the opposite wing and on a skip pass. Gave Benny Speaker plenty of time to shoot that in.
Kornman to answer with a triple. A little bit long, and it's hauled in by Speaker down low.
A little bit early, too. I'd like to see Frankfort kind of work the ball around. I don't think you want a high-paced game. Make a few passes, try to get stuff closer to the basket, maybe get fouled, maybe get a better look at a three. You don't have to shoot the first bad shot you come across. And Frankfort's done that in certain games.
Worth, the lefty, long, and right underneath it's Beardsley for the miss. Worth, the hero last time out against Danville, the go-ahead basket in the final 10 seconds. Around the arc, a high arcer from Wagner doesn't go, and it's last touched by the Hot Dogs.
Good effort by Luke Beardsley and R.J. Kornman there, both going after the same ball. Just unfortunate that it comes off of those two, but it's good to see the effort.
Early lead here for West Lafayette. Speaker with 5 early points for the Red Devils. He comes in as their 4th leading scorer at just over 11 per ball game. Has it up top, down low to St. Hilaire, just misses a turnaround, and Beardsley with another rebound early on.
And we happen to know that's kind of what Frankfort's game plan is. They want to try to force St. Hilaire to make those baskets down there 2 at a time rather than allowing Speaker, Whitlock, Worth, and Vogt to stand out there and get them at a 3-point clip.
Kornman asked to dance with one of the West Lafayette defenders. Instead, off the rebound, it was Benny Speaker with the foul. And quickly coming off the bench, Charlie Beardsley is one of your favorite players to watch when we were getting ready for this game this week.
Yeah, he's great to watch. Just watch the energy level go up a little bit when he comes in the game. He could be a starter, elects not to. As I say that, he comes in and tries to do the right thing and set a good screen and gets caught moving. But he's a high-energy guy, and I think he takes the level of play up a little bit anytime he comes in the game.
Adams to the bench, the starting big man for Frankfort, their leading rebounder, as Jaden McBee will come in to spell him. There was some thoughts that if Adams wasn't going to be able to go tonight, McBee was going to get the start. But look to see 33 in white out there plenty bunch tonight.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, got a great frame. He's a lefty, nice player, and I think he's physically going to be able to try to keep St. Hilaire in check.
He thinks about spotting for that. He's firing and leaves her just a hair short.
But kind of like that previous possession, I just don't like to see the quick shots for Frankfort. I just think they need to work it a little bit more.
Whistle stops play here after pretty efficient first couple times down the floor for both teams. Both teams have a little bit of a snag in the scoring column as Beardsley is going to pick up his second foul quickly, and he'll have to go back to the bench.
And here comes Jace Vogt. We learned earlier today after talking to Coach that Coach Nerney actually coaches him in AAU, which I thought was kind of interesting. So he's real familiar with his game, and honestly, he really likes his game.
6'4" freshman that head coach Jacob Van Arsdale very excited about. Umulus on the block, and that is a well-put-together sophomore.
Yeah,
but he gets called for the violation down low.
Yeah, he's a super strong kid, and he'll do it. He'll do it all. I mean, he'll get you 4 or 5 points a game. He'll get you 4 or 5 rebounds a game. Plays good defense, and he can shoot the three as well. Not necessarily what he goes after every time, but he can and has the ability. But he likes to bang around and get rebounds.
Wagner with the corner 3 ball, and that's his spot.
And we know Coach loves him as a shooter. He mentioned today if he's ever got an inch of daylight, he's got the green light to let that thing go wherever he is.
And on the other end, it's a Worth travel for the Red Devils. We saw West Lafayette go to the full court press when Frankfort was here 2 weeks ago against Hamilton Heights. That gave him some real issues.
Oh, the pressure in the Hamilton Heights game just ate Frankfort up, and they were getting so frustrated, especially R.J. Kornman. I mean, he does a good job handling the ball even at 6'3", but there were a few too many turnovers, and he really was upset. And it just the air kind of came out of the room. I think they had 16, 18 turnovers in that game. Hope to not see that kind of thing tonight.
Worth thought about a three, pulls up from the mid-range and knocks down his first bucket of the night.
He's got a pretty left-handed jumper, and I like that he also shoots that mid-range. That's feels like a lost art. Guys just want to shoot the three or get to the rim, but there's a gold mine between that 12 and 17-foot range.
Last time down the floor, Frankfort with Wagner had a runner that could have given them their first lead of the night. Michael twirling, spinning, and a little bit too much off the glass.
It's good effort, though. It's the kind of shot you come for. The little 10-footer down there, those will go down.
Cumulus up top, back to Whitlock, and his three spins off.
He missed it, but he's not one you want to leave. He can get streaky. When he starts hitting them, he can hit them in bunches.
38% on the year, second best average for the Red Devils. Emery almost had it knocked away, able to gather it back in, but it's Worth. They're handing him out near midcourt. McBee, high arcer. Another just a little bit too long as McBee's had two good looks and hasn't been able to find the bottom of the cup. 3-point lead for one of the top scoring teams in Class 3A in West Lafayette. Nice drive in there from Speaker. A rare two for Benny Speaker. 60% of his shots on the year come from beyond the arc.
But he is fully capable. He's a good, strong ball handler and does a nice job getting to the rim. And he gets a lot of free throws, too. He shot a bunch of free throws in the last matchup between West Lafayette and Frankfort.
Cumulus has plenty of options outside the arc, gives it off to Speaker. Wonder on the screen and roll over to Voigt. Against Corman, got into the body, able to chuck his defender away, and he hits the soft jumper.
Yeah, he makes that little 10, 12-footer look pretty easy when he's that open.
A 6-0 run here for West Lafayette after the Hot Dogs have been able to cut the deficit down to one. Timeout on the floor, first one for Frankfort. We'll keep it here with the 30-second stoppage.
Well, it looks like Luke Beardsley will be coming in, maybe for Wagner. I know when we talked earlier today, there was going to be the motivation was going to be to kind of go smaller once St. Hilaire was off the court. But when you got Cumulus down there, you're going to have to keep either Isaac or McBee down there on him. He's just a big, strong body that would be a tough matchup for their smaller guys.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, number 976. Serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Down by 7. Biggest deficit of the night here for Frankfort as they try to snap their 5-game losing skid. Kiefer Dooley in for the first time, 5 in white. Good ball rotation, but a little bit behind him. Dooley fighting for it, tried to sweep it back over to Michael. Everybody diving on the floor, and West Lafayette comes out of there with it.
How did I know Cumulus was going to come up with that?
Driving, back to the basket. Worth can't connect. Cleaned up by Kornman, and now Frankfort goes out for a run. Michael wanted a transition three. Kornman at parking lot range. Back to Michael, who clapped for it, got it. But an offensive foul nullifies anything for Frankfort. And that went on Kiefer Dooley, his first, team's third.
And Michael had a good look there. It's still on the first side of the floor. Granted, Kornman had passed it to him. He passed it back to Kornman, then got it back, and he did have a good look. I'd still like to see them reverse the floor once in a while just to make West Lafayette work a little harder and maybe get a little better look.
Ash Modisette, 14 in gray, out for the first time and able to get the bounces. Drew Whitlock from 3.
Yeah, he's a high-quality shooter. He's got a lot of range, too. If he shoots it from that white volleyball line, I would not be surprised.
Had the game-winning fadeaway jumper on this floor to win the sectional title last season for West Lafayette, their first sectional title since 2019. Beardsley lost it, got it back, up and over Modisette, couldn't get it in, and then Ash able to gather up the rebound for the Red Devils. Cumulus with Frankfort daring him to take a long 3. Whitlock back to Speaker's been red hot at times. 3 is short. Cumulus down low, goes up and over the shorter defender. Couldn't get it on the second and third attempt. And Frankfort trying to end this long scoring drought down by 10. Kornman, though, unsuccessful.
Did I mention that they shoot it pretty quickly? I just don't know if that's the game plan for the night. But, you know, when you don't have St. Hilaire in there, it'd be a good time to get the ball closer to the rim.
Screen and roll, Speaker and Whitlock. Speaker, stop, pop, long. Volleyballed around. Madison had it, went between the legs of a host of different people, and that will be how the first quarter comes to a close. It was a 1 point deficit for Frankfort. They're shut out the rest of the way as they trail by 10 here to West Lafayette on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. We offer free estimates, financing, and even handle insurance claims. Give us a call at 765-670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information. And tonight's game is also brought to you by Ardente Dental. Ardente Dental offers high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with us for years, we're here to serve you. Give us a call at 765-654-7222 or visit us online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. And a lot to smile about in that first quarter. If you're West Lafayette, you've got Benny Speaker going with 7 points. He outscores Frankfort by himself and didn't really have to rely on St. Hilaire too much.
No, he got some rest there in that first quarter, and looks like he's still going to stay on the bench for now. And why not? Why not? I mean, you got a good thing going.
Samuel Steffi, 6-foot junior, comes in, able to gather in the steal as Frankfort comes away empty on their first crack at it here in quarter number 2. Dancing around a screen, Whitlock from deep, and after some early made 3-point baskets, Brady, there's been a lid from deep for West Lafayette.
Yeah, they've gone a little cold, and that wasn't a bad look. But we know the percentages, right? These guys, 3 of them shooting over 30%, and we got Vogt shooting almost 60, so these guys are going to make some shots.
Steffi to deal it in. To the corner, Whitlock around Kornman, off balance, and he's able to sneak it in.
It was a savvy little take. He got that up off the glass early and didn't have to run the risk of getting that blocked from behind by Kornman.
Worth and St. Hilaire about to come back in for West Lafayette. Chuck Beardsley splashes home a triple.
There's that spark. We like to see that from the 6-man.
First scoring since a 3-ball by Frankfort cut their deficit down to 1. They trail 18-9 here a minute into quarter number 2. Speaker, fall away, back rim, and Beardsley there for the miss. That's Charlie Beardsley.
And he's cooled off quite a bit, Speaker has. Oh, that looked like a double.
Isaac Adams trying to use his size advantage, and he goes in, can't get the and one, but he went right at Steffi.
Okay, I like that. He looks like he's feeling okay.
First one on Samuel Steffi, playing in his 14th game of the year. Adams, a guy when we talked to head coach Jake Nairn, he says I wish I could clone Isaac Adams and put his spirit and energy and one of him in every class on the roster.
Yeah, he went on and on about what a quality kid Isaac is. So it's great to have guys like that on your basketball team, and good to have leaders like that on your basketball team, because they've got some youth on this team as well. So it's good to have a guy like Isaac.
Adams on the board, splitting the 2 free throws. It's down to a 10-point hole, or an 8-point hole, excuse me, here for the Hot Dogs. Worth, Matasedu checked in during the timeout along with St. Hilaire. Quick double team. St. Hilaire feels it. Nice aggressive move, and he finishes with a soft touch.
That is just pretty. That's a really nice move. You can tell he's worked on that. It's a nice little kind of a drop step jump hook, and that's really hard to stop when you're 6'11".
Adams trying to draw St. Hilaire out towards the 3-point arc. Twirling is Wagner. Gets cut off nicely by Modisette. Around, there's an Adams 3, leaves it short. Wagner trying to save it. Nicely done by the junior Lucas Wagner.
Very heady play by Wagner.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, with locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate, experienced staff at Day and Genda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. Wagner from the corner.
Wagner gets that shot off pretty quickly down there in that corner. You can see why coach is giving him the green light.
Back to the zone, and the first time going to the zone here are the Hot Dogs. Cross-court pass to Worth. Steffi tries to attack, out to Worth, who's dangerous from there, and he knocks it down.
Pretty left-handed jumper, and he can get it going. When he gets hot, he's something else.
First three of the night for Ben Worth, coming off that 21-point performance. Adams trying to answer, and right into the hands of the aforementioned Worth.
You know, that's 2 threes he's taken that have been short. That you could contribute that to illness and fatigue, I'm sure.
Through the hands of St. Hilaire, Wagner, quick trigger. A hair off the mark. A good effort on the putback from Luke Beardsley. Adams able to find the loose change on the floor, but he turns it over as Worth has a 2-on-1. He goes right in like his hair's on fire, lays it in, and gets fouled.
And that's something last year in the sectional semifinal, Frankfort had a really hard time getting back. You got to get back and get matched, especially if it's, you know, off a loose ball or a long rebound or something like that. You got to make a real effort. All 5 of you have to get back and get matched.
Foul goes against Kornman of Frankfort, his first, team's first here in the second. Jaden McBee on for the Hot Dogs, along with Taryn Emery, excuse me. Worth 84% from the line, able to complete the three-point play. He's got 8 early points to pace the way here for West Lafayette.
That's something else that I just could hardly believe is how efficiently West Lafayette shoots at the free throw line. It just shows you these guys work really hard on the fundamentals of the game. If you got good free throw shooters, that means they're really working in the gym and working on their jumpers, working on their ball handling. That's just a telltale sign of guys that work hard.
Wagner somehow kept his heels above the sideline and knocks down a 3 right in front of the West Lafayette bench, and now they would like to have a chat.
I'm happy to see him knocking down these shots. I know it probably killed him to take those 3 games off due to that calf injury, so good to see him back and kind of back into form. It was a little slow going out of the gate when he came back, but he seems to have it working now.
Tonight's game brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Formed almost 20 years ago, Healthy Communities of Clinton County remain committed to the community by offering programs geared toward a healthier tomorrow. With focus on overall health, mental health, substance abuse disorders, and reducing teen pregnancy, the goal is to make the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org.
Rick, you impressed with the band in here?
I am.
Heard a lot of high school bands. This one, and it may have to do with the acoustics in here in addition to their talent, but they are a really talented band. One of the best I've seen this year.
They were getting going early during timeouts. They were getting their practice in during timeouts of the JV game, and then once the JV game was over, they took the stage and took us right up till tip-off. They've been wonderful.
They're fun to listen to. It's great.
Driving, missing is Speaker.
Outstanding defense by McBee right there.
Actually make it Humulus on the attempt. As Frankfort into the zone. They find Humulus, and he gets into the body and able to glass it in and draw the foul.
He's such a strong guy. When he gets on that block, and all he did was pin Wagner outside, so it made for a really easy pass. Because McBee's got to stay over there on St. Hilaire. He can't help. That's a wide-open pass, wide-open look. Good, strong play by Humulus.
First foul on Jaden McBee tonight. And Henry Humulus able to add the and one. Sophomore. It's a 14-point lead. McBee still trying to dial it in from three-point range. Humulus able to gather in the miss. Whitlock dancing with it. Kicked ball. We'll keep it here with the Red Devils. At the Farmers Bank, we like helping everyone grow. We draw on over 140 years of history to honor the principles of personal connection and individual attention that have been there since our founding in 1876. And that's why you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Last couple times down the floor, Brady. Frankfort went to the zone defense. They're back to the man here after the kicked ball. Worth, no good. St. Hilaire gets fouled.
Well, I'd say that playing that man-to-man makes it a little bit easier to match up and block out when a shot like that goes up from 3. But, man, you're in a man-to-man and you got a 6'11" guy on your back. It's hard to block out regardless when he's that big.
Last 2 years have been the healthiest of Kivo's career, has been dealing with injuries since he hit his growth spurt back in the 7th grade. He's already got a scholarship offer from Division II Kentucky State and half of the highly touted Crossroads League at the NAI level with Taylor, Marion, and St. Francis and Goshen, with more to come. A guy to keep your eye on, a late bloomer with all those injuries dating back to middle school.
Yeah, for sure. And the Crossroads would be a great fit. I mean, they're not used to seeing guys quite that size. We've got a lot of guys that we've done games for here in Indiana that are playing in that league. It's really competitive. They have a lot of fun, and it's really high-quality basketball.
So St. Hilaire able to split the pair. He's averaging 12 and 7 this year. Full court press here put on by the Red Devils. So we mentioned it's been giving Frankfort issues, and that's their first unforced error of the night on the cross-court pass.
I almost said when Jack Michael had that across the 10-second line, they did a good job on that, and then he picks up his dribble, and then he has to fire a pass, almost a lateral at that point, which creates a turnover. That's unfortunate.
Man-to-man look for Frankfort as they trail by 15. Whitlock around a screen, goes right to the bigger Kornman, can't finish. Ball poked out. It's going to go back to Frankfort, but Whitlock at just 5'10" is really unafraid heading right to the rim.
Yeah, he'll take it down there, and we saw that nice savvy take of his where he got it up on the glass early so that Kornman couldn't block it. It was kind of an interesting no call there, but Kornman must have held his position to the point where the officials felt like he did not create the contact to get whistled for a foul.
Quick shot from Frankfort. Michael leaned in, couldn't finish after the Hot Dogs, able to break that full court press. Speaker holds it above his head with Wagner defending. Worth, aggressive move to that strong left hand. Nice dish down, and Humulus able to glass it in.
It looked like Worth might have got hit in the mouth. I hope his teeth are all in there, but what a great take and great pass. Those guys are so good. There's the three of them, and they're almost interchangeable. Whitlock, Speaker, and Worth, they all do the same things really well. They shoot it well, they put it on the floor well, and they pass it well.
Tonight's game is brought to you by FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Now available, FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk. So we've seen West Lafayette throw out a couple of different defenses here so far this evening. New man on the floor, Gabe Montalvo, 30 in white on your screen. And again, they'll turn up the full court pressure again with our smaller lineup on the floor right now with St. Hilaire on the bench.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see Montalvo, a good ball handler, Wagner, a good ball handler, Emery, a good ball handler. So hopefully this will help maybe pull West Lafayette out of this pressure.
Montalvo at the controls here. Off to Kornman. He's trying to find his rhythm here with Vogt defending him. Wagner, that's his favorite spot, and Lucas Wagner knocks down his fourth three here in the first half. He's 4 of 6 from downtown.
He loves that corner spot. I bet you Coach Van Arsdale will have a little discussion in the locker room about maybe keeping an eye on him when he's down there in that corner.
He's 10 of 24 for 42% coming in his last 2 games. Has continued to find his rhythm after coming back from that calf injury. Bites on the head fake, and Speaker with a nice mid-range shot.
It was a really tough little shot off the dribble like that. He was even leaning a little bit, but you can tell he's a guy that's worked at it.
Kornman, aggressive move against Vogt. Spins back to the baseline, and another one just rolls off here for Frankfort.
And Kornman's got guard skills. He can get down there. He's a pretty good ball handler. He's just facing a guy that may be a little bit taller than him, which he's probably not used to.
Whitlock defended by Emery. And it looks like they're going to get a moving screen here against West Lafayette. They had the inverse of the number. It was against Jace Vogt. So the foul on him. And it's number 2 on West Lafayette here in the quarter. Red Devils trailed once at 3-2 early on. Since then, they have led the entire way. The 16-point margin, their biggest here so far of the night. Back in, Isaac Adams, dealing with sickness all week. Back to the screener, Emery, whose 3 is off the mark. And a foul down low going for the rebound goes against the Hot Dogs.
We're seeing a little man-to-man out of West Lafayette. In that last game last year, it was primarily 2-3 zone. So I'm not sure what the thought process is, but I don't mind it. I think physically, each down to a man, they're pretty well lined up to defend the Frankfort team.
Speaker off a screen, can't find it from the corner. He's missed 3 threes in a row. As Adams are there to clean it up for Frankfort. Kornman, beautiful twirling spin, did everything except get the finish. Vogt to clean it up. We'll see how much West Lafayette wants to burn the clock here. They burned 79 seconds in their sectional championship win on the floor here a season ago to get that game-winning shot by Drew Whitlock. So they're not unfamiliar with burning a lot of clock here at the end of a quarter.
They're not afraid to eat some clock.
It'll be Ash Modisette dribbling here at the bottom of your screen. Kornman backs up. Modisette has his marching orders from head coach Jacob Van Arsdale. And now the Red Devils will go. Handoff. Speaker with 1 of the 3, drives, floater, rolls off. Kornman with the miss with 2. Heaves it up from 3-quarter court, and it'll be off target. And that'll take us to halftime. All West Lafayette in the first half as they try to pick up their 4th straight win in a row. They lead 34-18 here at halftime. You're watching high school basketball on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.
Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Halftime here from Frankfort High School. West Lafayette out in front 34-18. It is a pretty historic matchup in the two teams that meet pretty regularly. Sadly, with some reclassification in the sectionals, they're not sectional mates anymore, but last time these teams met, it was a semifinal sectional matchup a year ago. West Lafayette on top. They've actually won the last 3 matchups with Frankfort in total. Both matchups last year in a triple overtime win back in 2023. After a little early push there from Frankfort, though, Brady, West Lafayette really settled in, and they lead comfortably here at half.
Yeah, and they're doing everything right. They're chasing down the loose balls. They're getting offensive rebounds. They're knocking down some shots when available. And defensively, I think they're doing a really nice job. I think Frankfort is kind of playing into their own hands, though, by shooting it quickly, often on one side, or maybe just trying to drive it before you've moved the ball from side to side. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll make some adjustments in the halftime locker room and then make a dent in this and try to get this back to a closer game for us.
Halftime show brought to you by the Farmers Bank. Let's grow. The Frankfort High School Band rocking out, and that man has been the star of the show here all night. We're back with more halftime coverage here on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network next.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories. One for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Here's the first half highlights brought to you by Fiberhawk. Fiber the fast first half highlights. An early three there for R.J. Kornman, but after that, it was all West Lafayette. That gave Frankfort their only lead of the first half.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was good to see R.J. hit that first one. I don't think he made another one the rest of the half, but West Lafayette sure is good at knocking those down. That's that great cross-court pass we had talked about earlier. And here's R.J. working on something. Down, still on the first side, but when you get it to Wagner, he's just as likely to knock it down as he is to miss it. So
Lucas had 12 points in the first half, was a blistering 4 of 6 from three-point range. Worth with an early 8 first-half points. He was one of a couple of guys that had at least 5 points in the first half for the Red Devils.
And West Lafayette does a really nice job of working it around him. They got guys like this, like Benny here, who can get to the rim and score. We know Whitlock did it earlier, too. And they put you in bad positions to maybe get you in foul trouble and that type of thing. Here's a nice, easy 10-footer for Vogt. And Whitlock, he can stroke it out there.
Got the friendly visiting bounce here at Frankfort. That was his lone three of the early going, but you're able to put it on the deck. A little off-balance shot, able to sneak that one home. And a lot of attention going to St. Hilaire, but there's a lot of youth out there for West Lafayette. Charlie Beardsley off the bench. Those are his lone points of the first half.
I'd like to see Charlie play a little more and a little better this third quarter, try to cut into this lead. It's a great move there by St. Hilaire. You just can't teach that. It's height combined with athletic ability.
And then late in that first half, I said Wagner wore out that bottom corner in that second quarter.
Worth again. Pretty left-handed jumper. Guess who?
Same spot.
Guess who? Guess where?
Same spot, same result there for Wagoner. And Worth shows you not just a three-point shooter, pretty good drive and kick down there. And finishing it was Henry Mullis, who had 5 first-half points. And one more time for good measure, the 4-3 of the first half for the junior Lucas Wagoner with his 4 of 6. That 4 of 6 3-point shooting performance has now made 14 of his last 30 3-point tries in the last 2.5 games. Those are your Fiber Hawk, Fiber Fast first half highlights. You see both teams back on the floor. We'll take one final break and come back with the start of the third quarter here from Frankfort High School. West Lafayette on top, 34-18 here on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. I'd like to remind you that our halftime show is brought to you by the Farmers Bank. Let's grow. And growing is something Kevo St. Hilaire's done much since his 7th grade year, and he's now tipping the ruler at 5 foot or 6 foot 10 inches tall, depending on what convenience store ruler you use, coming the in and out entranceway, and he'll go to the line early on here, 13 seconds into the third.
That was a great segue on that growing thing. I love that.
Thank you. Just 47% from the line is Kevo. But you want to talk about a guy with a high ceiling. We mentioned has been dealing with a lot of injuries just related to that big growth spurt he's had since he was a 7th grader. But you can see some of that raw talent that folks at the smaller college level are kind of salivating about, having a guy at his size and his mobility, which we haven't seen a lot of tonight. And he's also a pretty good shot blocker that Frankfort's made sure to keep away from him.
He really is. And, there's a good one from Isaac Adams out there.
Adams pulling St. Hilaire out from the three-point arc, knocks that down from the corner. .4 hole. St. Hilaire clawing at the basket. Nice kick out where he finds Speaker.
Okay, and I think that's kind of what Coach is after. Let's let him kind of get it into St. Hilaire, play behind him, force him to turn and make tough shots. He's done it in the first half. But the problem is he kicked that back out to Speaker, and Speaker got a really good look. And you can't expect him to miss a lot of those.
West Lafayette was 3 of 10 from three-point range in the first half. Unable to connect on a second one in a row was Adams. On the other side, Frankfort 6 of 17 from downtown. St. Hilaire, bully ball, gets right to the rim, missed. Got his own miss, but then Corman picked his pocket from behind on the double team.
That's I think, what Coach Nerney's after. You have him miss a couple shots down there, maybe get a little frustrated. They did a real nice job defending and then coming up with the ball at the end of the play.
Adams wanted to go down low to Beardsley. Instead, lets her fly from three-point range, makes his second 3 of the quarter.
Not sure what he did at halftime, but he seems to have his legs underneath him at this point, unlike that early in the first quarter.
It's one of the hot dogs that's been battling sickness here as of late. Worth cannot answer.
It's really good to see all 5 Frankfort defenders down there ready to get that defensive rebound.
Kornman cut off. Adams been red out, puts on the deck, sachets around St. Hilaire, who then sends the shot back to his sender.
He finally got a good shot blocking opportunity, didn't he?
Yep. Kornman
so
spins.
did Humulus.
And it's turned it over. Is Humulus able to deflect that opportunity from the spinning Kornman? Hilaire with an edge, tries to go reverse layup, and he got hacked on the arm. And there's some of that mobility that's kind of under the radar from the big fella.
Yeah, it's a nice little move underneath the bucket here. He's going to take that reverse layup. Kornman got in the way there a little bit. It's a good idea on Kornman's part to bring a little bit of that help. Not sure who he's leaving alone out there by the three-point line, but it's tough for a big kid like St. Hilaire to find him and execute a pass like that when he's in the middle of a little post move.
When we talked with Jake Nerney this week, he talked about how they're going to try to really defend that three-point arc and try to force it to be a St. Hilaire show. Well, he was not really that effective in the first half, had 5 points. It had a very dominating showing as he exits here, but he's made his imprint here early with a lot of aggressive moves and making a couple frequent trips to the paint, or the free throw line, excuse me.
Yeah, now with Vogt coming in, they could go a little smaller, but probably won't. When you got Humulus and Vogt, you got to have some big bodies out there.
Humulus takes it all the way in for 2, his first scoring of the third. And the smaller, quicker lineup has given Frankfort some issues. Jack Michael dribbling right now. He scored 41 points, or excuse me, 41 points in the last 2 games. He has had a 0 here so far. As Kornman called for the off-ball foul.
You got to think he'll break out at some point in this game.
He was 5 of 13 from 3. He also had a 9 assist to 5 turnover ratio in those last 2 outings, but here so far, no attempts from 3, and maybe just 1 shot, if that. He has had the clamps put on him here by Drew Whitlock a lot tonight.
Well, these guards for West Lafayette are great defenders, so I can see a little frustration. They're quick and strong.
Speaker to Vogt in the corner left open, can't connect, and it's a rebound for Luke Beardsley, but he turns it over underneath. Vogt spins and spins her home.
All right, that was a good block out by Luke Beardsley, just a little careless with that. And like I said earlier, they've got to watch these turnovers. West Lafayette's too efficient to cough up possessions.
Frankfort had the deficit cut down to 11, but a quick 6-0 run gives West Lafayette some more breathing room. Michael spins. Shot was partially blocked. Humulus on the miss. Whitlock from way outside, and he strokes home a 3 out near the volleyball line.
Yeah, he's got that kind of range for sure.
Timeout for the Hot Dogs. And their first-year head coach, Jake Nerney. We'll see how long they will have it for. There'll be a full timeout. Tonight's game brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home with locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Genda Funeral Home are dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first. West Lafayette 11-3, and Brady, like we talked about during the pregame show, they have 3 losses, but they've only really lost to 2 teams. They lost to McCutcheon in twice in the first 3 games of the year. Yeah. Since then, they have been on an absolute heater.
Yeah, they got a face full of McCutcheon right out of the gate, and they've played so well. I think that was, 8 games in a row they won before losing that heartbreaker to Harrison, but now they're back on a winning streak. They'll have North Montgomery on Tuesday. We'll see what happens here, but they're going the right direction, and they get hot at the right time. They won 10 in a row last year before that loss at Peru in the regional. So they get hot at the end of the season. That's what they like to do.
Full court press here by West Lafayette. Yeah, they got trounced in that first game, 82-61, turned around and lost by 3, and then, as you mentioned, lost in another buzzer beater to Harrison. And so West Lafayette in Class 3A trying to pick up their 6th road win of the year. They're in a new sectional this year, the Logan Sports Sectional. That is actually the venue, the Berry Bowl, where they lost in the regional a year ago.
To Peru, that's exactly right.
Off of 1 foot, Michael with some fancy forward, finally getting a shot away, but can't find the bottom of the cup.
When we talk about West Lafayette going forward, they've got so much experience on this team. Just like that, Ben Worth with another left-handed three-pointer. These guys all have experience from that sectional championship last year and the regional match. So they've got everything they need to make a long run into this state tournament in 3A.
Charlie Beardsley couldn't find it from the baseline. Up to Whitlock. Here for West Lafayette, who whips a one-hand missile to Vogt, who traveled.
So all of these guys played in those games last year. I shouldn't say all of them, but most all of them did. And so they've got that tournament experience. They've got all the pieces. These guards, like I say, they're almost interchangeable, but they're all so good at everything that they do. And then, of course, you got the big guy in the middle. You got Umulus doing the dirty work. They've got all the pieces necessary.
Taryn Emery in, and he has it taken out of his pocket. Turnover here for Frankfort. They have been good in the turnovers the last couple of games ever since that Hamilton Heights game here 2 weeks ago, but whenever West Lafayette wants to turn up that pressure, particularly in the full court, it has given Frankfort a lot of problems.
Yeah, and then in the Rossville game right after the Hamilton Heights game, they handled it a lot better, so I felt like maybe that Hamilton Heights thing was just a clunker, maybe a one-off, but these guys just have to concentrate and have to take care of that basketball.
Whitlock whipping it back to Vogt with the fake pass. Turnaround doesn't go. Foul down low against the big man, Umulus. Number 1 on him. .23 lead for West Lafayette, their biggest here of the night. Pressure in the backcourt. Emery floating it forward to Charlie Beardsley. Trying to go all the way in. Wanted to slip it down low to big brother Luke. Last touch by West Lafayette.
I appreciate the brotherly love, but that's one he could probably get up on the glass and hit a little layup or a little floater right there. So he made a nice move to get himself open.
First-year head coach Jake Nerney leading Frankfort. There's been a new head coach here for the Hot Dogs each of the last 3 seasons, but it seems like they have found a real strong, calming presence here as Nerney tries to put his stamp on the Frankfort program. Drive there from Kornman as he's fouled.
Yeah, the only problem he's got is some youth. I mean, a lot of these guys weren't here last year, and they had some transfers out and that type of thing, so you got some young fellas, and it's something to build on, though, for real. I mean, you got several juniors getting playing time. You got Beardsley, who I like as a sophomore. Got some younger guys coming up. The future's bright.
Whitlock attack it, slashes, and Umulus able to put her home.
They're just so good at driving and passing, all 3 of these guards.
Corman wanted to find that 3 last time down. Here's Wagner, who was red hot in the first half, has not scored yet here in the third. Has the ball stripped out of his hands, and subs will come in here for Frankfort and West Lafayette as it stays with the Dogs. Just look at the run from Wagner as he and Whitlock collided.
Yeah, it looked like Whitlock caught an elbow maybe in the mouth or something. That's they're physical. These guys they're playing tough basketball down there. They may only be 5'8", 5'9", whatever, but this is physical basketball.
Whitlock just walked off camera, still trying to get his wits about him a little bit. As Adriana Martel, the athletic trainer for Frankfort, and West Lafayette's athletic trainer Steffi Anderson will go take a look at Whitlock.
Hopefully it's just maybe a bloody lip or something.
So there's a little bit of blood on the floor, but tonight's game is brought to you by Frankfort Eagles, number 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit f.o.e.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Tonight's game also brought to you by Tornado Roofing. If you need quality work from a qualified company, then look no further than Tornado Roofing. We offer free estimates, financing, and even handle insurance claims. Give us a call at 765-670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information.
With your magic segue abilities, I thought maybe you'd have one of our dentist sponsors or somebody in there after Whitlock took that shot to the mouth.
You know, I just read the script. I am your version of Ron Burgundy sans mustache here tonight. So if you put it on the piece of paper, I will read it.
Stay classy, San Diego.
That's right. Unique New York. Unique New York. So the blood has been cleaned up from the floor here at Case Arena. Charlie Beardsley off a screen. Nice move on the baseline. Got fouled on the way there by Steffi.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to the rim, get some free throws, get fouled. That's why I like that kid so much. He just gets it. He's got the right idea.
6'2 sophomore that has really embraced that six-man role this year, but someone that Jake Nerney says is got a rocket ship attached to his back for the next 2 years here at Frankfort.
Yes, sir. He talked about it. He gets starter minutes, and that he absolutely does. He plays quite a bit, even though he doesn't start, and he apparently doesn't care to start, which I think is a testament to what a team player he is. He's not out here to impress girls or whatever the case may be. He's out here to win basketball games and do what he has to help his team win.
Off a cut, Worth. 1 of the 3 denied by Emery to Steffi in front of his own bench. And there's Charlie Beardsley pulling down the miss. Screen and roll. Wagoner open. 5th one of the night.
Excellent. Now that's more like it. I mean, RJ at least goes down to the wing and then makes that pass back. So there has to be some movement there on the defensive end. I'd like to see a couple more rotations maybe, but that was a good look and a good shooter, so it worked.
5th 3 of the night for Wagoner. 2nd game in a row that he's knocked down 5 triples. That ties a season high. Worth slashed his way through the defense but couldn't finish.
Nice job by Isaac Adams, too, not getting too antsy about making that outlet pass. We saw Luke Beardsley throw one away when he got a great rebound, and another good take by RJ. They're going the right direction here. Let's get some free throws. Score with the clock stopped.
Worth with the foul. Speaker looked like, didn't see who his teammate was, but whoever Speaker was there, Speaker was guarding the screen, and then his teammate thought there was going to be a switch, and there was no switch, and then the C parted, and R.J. Corman smashed the accelerator and tried to go tear the rim off.
A little contact down there, too, so.
Corman's been a pretty good facilitator the last 2 games, dishing out 8 assists in the last 2. Gets points 4 and 5 here at the line, and St. Hilaire right back off the bench.
You know, this game is starting to feel a little bit like the sectional semifinal in that it feels like Frankfort's making a little bit of a run.
Off a screen, Speaker knocks down the 3 from after St. Hilaire got him free.
Yeah, such a great shooter out there. But Frankfort stayed in that game. Alex Farley was playing here at the time, and he hit a bunch of threes there toward the end, and it just kind of kept hanging around and hanging around. West Lafayette without Donovan Loudermill this year, though, who was another great three-point shooter for West Lafayette. So
good offensive put back by R.J. Corman off the miss from Adams.
Good to see him get going. I like that.
Playing back with a little bit of a skip in his step as he goes back on the defensive end as we're under a minute to go here in the 3rd.
And we've talked about that in games before where you see it go through the net. You get to the free throw line, knock down some free throws, hit a shot. It kind of gets your feet back underneath you, and you can start going in the right direction.
Emery on the foul for Frankfort. Clock stops with about 33 and a half seconds remaining here in the 3rd. Vote, turnaround, left-hand finish.
Nice quick inbounds from the quarterback. He knows how to pass it.
Vote was 6. Top of the key, Charlie Beardsley. Saw his own miss, turns around but threw it right into the breadbasket of Steffi.
Yeah, good hustle. He of course knew it was going to be short when he let go of it.
Speaker trying to hit another 3 with the help of St. Hilaire, and he rattles it in.
Yeah. That's what he did to him last year.
3rd triple of the night for Benny Speaker. He's got a game-high 15 points. And West Lafayette trying to pick up their 4th straight win and 11th out of their last 12 after starting the year 1-2. They lead by 25 as we head to the 4th here on the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Benny Speaker leading the way for West Lafayette with 15 points. Lucas Wagoner has drilled 15 as well for Frankfort, but it's the Red Devils on top by 25 as we get ready to head to the fourth. Rick and Brady here with you from Case Arena in Frankfort, Indiana. Matchup of former sectional foes in sectional 25 before West Lafayette moved to sectional 23 this year. The Hot Dogs hosting sectional 25 once again. They'll welcome Brebeuf, Crawfordsville, Danville, Guerin Catholic, Lebanon, and Tri-West here to Case Arena this year, coming up at the beginning of March. Kornman to Charlie Beardsley in the corner, gets the start here in the fourth. See Beardsley and Emery, the two non-starters on the floor. Kornman trying to skip it over to the corner, the aforementioned Emery, and as he did, he got fouled on the arm.
Okay, they called that. Okay, so Kornman got fouled there on the pass. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't quite tell what happened down there. But that's a good look, and that's the kind of stuff I like to see him do. If you get into that lane, you're going to have guys spotted up out there that can knock down jumpers. We'll try to find them.
Kornman to deal it in, a little bit underthrown, but Adams able to come in, and that took a second off the clock, and there are already 2 fouls here on West Lafayette, and that's the last thing that Jacob Van Arsdale wants to see, is to put Frankfort in the bonus here, particularly anytime north of the 4-minute mark here in the final quarter.
You know me and that 5-foul, 2 free throw rule. I don't love it, but, man, if you can get these fouls early and get to that free throw line, spend all your time scoring with the clock stopped, that's great for a team that's trying to come back.
Kornman, tough shot over both Vogt and St. Hilaire, and now finally West Lafayette will get their first crack at the basket here in the fourth. Vogt and Steffi, the two non-starters on the floor here for West Lafayette is Steffi up top. On the block to St. Hilaire, goes right at Adams, gets to his spotted, finishes softly.
Yeah, that's a good move. It's very similar to the move he had in the first half. Looked like he might have hooked a little bit, but that goes uncalled all the time. So,
and a moving screen whistled against Frankfort, and it looks like it goes against R.J. Kornman as he has a chat with one of our officials this evening. Foul number 4 on R.J.
Well, he's got to play careful from here on out. He does so much of the ball handling and passing down there, and he's got a little size. So if he comes out, they probably have to go really small, and I don't think that's what they want right now. Somebody's got to be out there to guard post players.
Speaker using the screen, this time of Andrew Springer, and he knocks down another jump shot.
Man, is he just steady? He is such a nice basketball player.
On the other end, it's Emery. First bucket of the night for the Hot Dogs.
We know he can shoot it.
Speaker, by the way, game-high 17 points. Humulus rainbows in a 3, just his 4th one of the season.
Well, a couple broadcasters said something about guarding that three-point line earlier in this game.
Trying to answer unsuccessfully is Emery. And a good hustle there from Steffi off the bench to gobble up the miss.
If a 3 goes up in this possession, I might suggest we just have a 3-point contest and get it over with.
Ooh, Humulus almost gave it to a little step back. Springer, the big fella, nice quick move, just a little bit short on the hook.
That was well defended.
Springer, the 6'1 senior's got to go against St. Hilaire every day in practices. Kornman with an aggressive move off the window. When we talked with Jacob Van Arsdale, the 4th-year West Lafayette head coach, we asked, is there anyone else that has really helped the team succeed this year that maybe if you just read the boxer wouldn't show up? And the first one he mentioned, he almost seemed like he jumped out of his seat when he mentioned Andrew Springer's name and just talked about, as a coach's mind, a fantastic kid. And he's got to go against a guy that's 9 inches taller than him every day in practice. And he told us that St. Hilaire's success is a direct correlation to Springer working on him every day in practice.
He gave him so much credit. I thought that was really kind of a neat thing. That it's a good coach recognizes things like that. You got a kid that's going out there working his tail off every day, playing against somebody like St. Hilaire, who's a tough match every day in practice, and he's giving it his all. It's really a good thing to have a guy like that on your team and a coach that recognizes how great that is.
One of 3 seniors on the roster is Springer, along with Speaker and St. Hilaire. Jumping in the passing lane, Steffi's made a couple nice defensive plays here in the 4th so far. Into Springer, poked away from behind by Luke Beardsley. Wagoner outman 2-1. Vogt corner 3, and Wagoner has the miss. Michael's been kept in check tonight. And the rebound there for Vogt.
It's those darn quick shots on the first side. I mean, there's 3 fouls. You need 2 more, and you're going to the free throw line to shoot 2 every time. So be a good idea to take it to the basket.
On the dribble drive, this is Calvin Snyder on for the first time. And there's Springer putting it in for 2.
Definitely a crowd favorite.
His 2nd basket of the season for the 6'1 senior. Michael off balance. All window, and it's scooped up here by the freshman, Jace Vogt.
Good pass.
And there's the freshman Calvin Snyder with his 2nd field goal of the campaign. And a timeout on the floor.
Looks like a full one.
Be a full. Tonight's game brought to you by the folks at FiberHawk. Now available FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk. And attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's best of weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside Frankfort, Indiana, our venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Well, it's good to see Drew Whitlock back down there in the huddle for West Lafayette. He was gone there for a little bit, so it looks like he's back and apparently didn't need stitches or an implant, a dental implant or anything, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's 2 shots to the mouth for a couple of the West Lafayette guards. Had one at the end of the first half, then the one there with Whitlock in the 3rd.
Well, these 5'10 guys are right around elbow height.
Gabe Montalvo back off the Frankfort bench. Charlie Beardsley returns as well with big brother Luke. Emery and Adams to round out the Frankfort 5. Frankfort will trying to avoid losing their 6th straight game in a row. West Lafayette trying to pick up their 4th straight triumph after having those McCutcheon problems in 2 out of the first 3 games of the year.
And then that loss to Harrison obviously had to sting for Coach Van Arsdale since he played there.
3 no good from Modisette. Springer's put back, too strong. I found it interesting. You talked to a guy in Van Arsdale, we mentioned from the West Lafayette era, but he is a fully vetted IU fan. Went there, but he's like, yeah, I was always an IU guy. I was like, he's a rare breed being in Lafayette that is cheering for the Crimson and Cream.
It seemed to be difficult. I don't imagine there's too many Bloomington guys that are Boilermaker fans. So,
if they do, they say it very quietly and in behind closed doors.
Right.
Montalvo trying to find an edge. Long 3. Just a little bit off the mark there from Emery.
I can see why Coach is high on Jace Vogt. He's got really nice guard skills for his length. At 6'4", he handles the ball like a point guard. Covers a lot of ground. Obviously can shoot it. He's got a bright future as a freshman.
The ISC Sports Network has partnered with Hot Dog TV to be the go-to place for live hot dog athletics. Catch your hot dogs all season long on the ISC Sport Network apps, social media platforms like X, Twitch, and YouTube to see events produced by Frankfort students in cooperation with ISC. The ISC Sports Network, local, lives here. Both free throws good right there for West Lafayette. We mentioned they're top 15 in Class 3 when it comes to points per game, top 45 in the state in scoring, no matter the classes, and they have flexed their offensive muscles here tonight. Charlie Beardsley throws one up, and it's Vogt with another miss. And Brady, you're right, Jace just glides up the floor with just kind of like he's on a magic carpet.
Yeah, he's just smooth. And he looks like a kid still. I mean, granted, he is a freshman, so he really is a kid, but he just looks like he's got growing to do. And physically, he's just going to get stronger and faster. Look forward to watching him in the future.
At the Farmers Bank, we like helping everyone grow. We draw on over 140 years of history to honor the principles of personal connection and individual attention that have been there since our founding in 1876. And that's why you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So with the win tonight, West Lafayette will move to 12-3 on the year. Frankfort will fall to 1-14. And the Red Devils tied for first place right now in the West Division of the Hoosier Conference.
I think Frankfort will get Clinton Central tomorrow on the road. So another shot at a win there if they can put it together.
That's a 7:30 tip time there. West Lafayette, they're off until the middle of next week. So it's a rare one-game week here for the Red Devils. Springer down low. Couldn't get the hook. Montalvo had it, lost it. Cameron Zhang in for the first time for the Hot Dogs. Cody Boyle, 30 in gray. They're making life difficult for Montalvo.
Getting some younger fellas some experience here.
McBee launching the three. There's Corbin Keene with the rebound. He flies up the floor, kicks over to Boyle, who marries a three. Second one of the year for Cody Boyle.
All right. He made that look easy. Just get in the game and knock one down.
Boyle, the sophomore. McBee thinks about dancing with Springer. Unable to answer on the other end was Emery. I mentioned the two teams used to be sectional foes. For the last 40 years, it's been predominantly in favor of Frankfort, 29-25 in the win-loss column for the Hot Dogs. But recently, it's been all West Lafayette. They've won 3 in a row, well on the way to their 4th straight win tonight, and they've won 9 out of the last 10 coming in. Adams trying to save it, went right back to West Lafayette as we hit 39 seconds remaining in our contest this evening. A little pull-up from Keene doesn't go. Adams fouled on the rebound by Andrew Springer.
Adams didn't. That block shot didn't affect Springer much. I'm sure he's used to getting his shot blocked in practice quite a bit, so he didn't lose heart. He just kept rebounding, plugging away, trying to get it up there.
Emery, McBee for 3. Zhang gets it. Montalvo prods, weaves. Emery on a catch and shoot, and he knocks her down.
He is a nice little shooter out there. Well, and you look, West Lafayette, I mean, they're going to lose Hilaire, of course, and Benny Speaker. All the rest of those guys are coming back. Even Umulus, who's just a sophomore. They got a good future ahead of them for sure.
We'll take a quick break and come right back with our post-game show. Actually, we'll keep it right here, right into the Willow Creek Barn post-game show where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Just get a look at some of the post-game highlights here. Tonight's final 73-39 in favor of West Lafayette. There's the early lead, 3-2 on a three-point shot from Corman for Frankfort, but after that, it was all West Lafayette. Kind of the key stretch there, I think, Brady, was in that first quarter where it was a 1-point lead for West Lafayette at 7-6. But after that, the offense just really stalled for Frankfort, and that was enough to give West Lafayette enough breathing room to take it to the finish line.
Yeah, and I've said it so many times, and everybody's probably tired of hearing it. It's just that Frankfort can work the basketball around a little bit more, and they could have slowed this pace down a little bit more. They would have had a better chance of hitting more threes, getting to the free throw line, getting free points there at the free throw line, and probably could have made a little bit better game of it, and they had to defend that three-point line a lot better than they did. West Lafayette just shot it in all over them, made great passes when they penetrated. Frankfort needs to do a little more of that type of offense, driving, passing. There's a good one from RJ, threw a nice pass back to Wagner on that. But then you just ran into Benny Speaker. That guy, he is special.
Finished with a game-high 17 points, was 3 of 7 from 3 tonight. Defensively for West Lafayette, they held Jack Michael scoreless this evening. He was coming off of a season-high 25 points. He had scored 41 in his last 2 games. What would you like defensively to keep the red-hot Michael in check?
Well, that's the thing. They've got the kind of guard play that can effectively take a guy like Michael out of the game. They got 3 guys very similar in size to him that are just a little stronger, just a little bigger, and they were a little frustrating for Michael tonight.
So we'll move on to our ISC Sports Network Outstanding Player of the Game. The folks in the back told me that it would be a surprise about who the – oh, it's my choice. Oh, it's our choice.
Right.
Oh, that's the surprise. Surprise to Rick and Brady.
I think it's pretty safe to say,
Mr. Speaker.
I felt like Benny Speaker
the
kind
Speaker of the House.
He drove the bus tonight for sure. Offensively, he did it defensively. He's just a good leader. You can see he does look like a quarterback out there. Does a lot of good things. Does everything right. Had a great game. Another great game.
So Benny Speaker had 17 points, back-to-back double-figure scoring games for him, for the quarterback, for the football team, also a golfer when the springtime rolls around. And finally, the Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. We'll give it to Lucas Wagner, team-high 15 points, coming off, and he ties a season high, by the way, making 5 threes tonight. He was 5 of 7 from 3. The only problem for Wagner is couldn't get a lot of looks here early after Frankfort had already gotten down by a bunch.
Yeah, he loves to spot up in that corner. He can be deadly. I'd like to see him shoot about 15 or 16 of them tonight. I think Coach Nerney would too. But they played hard. I'd like to see Frankfort get some wins this year. They work hard every night, every evening at practice. Hopefully things turn around for them a little bit and they can get some wins.
West Lafayette picks up their 4th straight win. They've now won 11 out of their last 12. Frankfort has dropped their 6th in a row. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight for our coverage of high school basketball from Case Arena at Frankfort High School. Special thanks to our great crew tonight. For our analyst, Brady Laurie, our producer, Richard Salee, graphics was Ethan Gephardt, replay was Guillermo Mariano Narvarent, and our camera operators were Jackson Ray and Jackson Roby. They asked me to tell everyone at home that the 2 Jacksons spell their names differently. Jackson Ray spells his name Jakson, and Roby spells it Jaxson. They'll also be giving out their Social Security numbers later because we just spelled their first and last names. For everyone here at the ISC Sports Network and the Hot Dog Network, my name is Rick Johnston saying so long from Case Arena, where the final score was West Lafayette by a final of 73-39 over Frankfort. So long from Case Arena.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfort Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By FiberHawk, fast, affordable FiberHawk. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics.